Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. This production is not the sentiments of the Ear Hustler podcast. This content is based on and includes experiences, observations, opinions, and perspectives of the guest. All statements have not been proven and are only acknowledged as allegedly.
Welcome to another episode of the Ear Hustler podcast, where everybody has a story and God gets the glory. Today, our special guest, repeat. We said it was to be continued. We have again today, Miss Amelia Riley. How you doing today, Miss Riley?
I'm doing blessed with no stress.
Oh yeah. I think we met back in about April sometime.
Yes.
Here it is in August, another one of them 8 months. But anyway, it's good to sit down with you. What's been going on? First of all, let's start off for the people that didn't get a chance to watch the first interview. Everyone knows that you are an activist, community activist, a spokesperson for injustice. So just very briefly, why are you so vocal about injustice again?
It's my son, Hakeem Jeremiah Neal, receiving justice.
Okay.
I'm very adamant about standing up for somebody else's child, someone else, the youth of the community.
Okay.
That's going to receive this injustice, because Hakeem Jeremiah Neal isn't going to be the only child.
And when you say he received injustice, what do you mean? How did he receive injustice?
He was wrongfully convicted of a crime he totally didn't do.
Okay, he was sentenced?
He was sentenced 40 years through 20.
For a crime he did not do? For
a crime he did not do. He was locked up first at the age of 17 for 15 months in the Greene County Jail, held him until he turned 18, and had him a 3-day trial of a jury of not his peers, 10 white and 2 black jurors. So, you know, my son receiving justice, so I'm willing to fight and stand up.
But you have every right to fight. So give us an update on how is Hakeem doing? He's doing well as far as you know?
Hakeem now been in prison a year.
Okay.
In a couple of months. I have not been still able to see my son. I have not been approved to see my son. He's in Alamo, Georgia, Willard facility prison here in Georgia.
Okay. And did the attorneys, did he ever try to file an appeal or any other action?
Well, his lawyer that he had, his previous lawyer, filed a motion for a new trial. So we got a hearing coming up this October, the 17th of this year.
Also, I noticed maybe a couple months ago, you were actively involved in a recall in Greensboro, Georgia. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And exactly what was the recall, or what is a recall?
A recall is initially that you talk to the citizens, and the citizens are fed up or tired or want to remove certain city council members and the mayor out their seats. When they are in need and feel that those city council members or mayor not doing the duty that they was called to do, that they was put in the seats to do, you can always do a recall in any city council member or any politician that you have put in the seat. You can do a recall on removing them out those seats.
Okay, if you have enough signatures on the petition.
If you have enough signatures on a petition.
Okay.
Like we did on this petition.
Okay, but somehow it didn't go through though, did it?
Of course not. I mean, it's corruption, not just lies in the Greensboro Police Department or the Board of Education or any members on that city council member. Corruption lies way all around Greene County system.
Did they give you all a legitimate reason to why the recall didn't go through?
From my understanding, the reason was that several citizens of Greensboro had moved and did not change their address.
Oh, okay.
And they was no longer here as a citizen of Greensboro, to my understanding.
Okay. So Greensboro, Georgia, you all have 5 city council members, is that correct?
Correct.
And 1 mayor.
And 1 mayor.
And all 6 of those people are black, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So with the recall, was there any particular person that you all were trying to recall, or y'all were trying to get rid of everybody?
No, we was not. I was behind her, and I wasn't a citizen of Greensboro.
When you say her?
Cierra Porter. When I was
okay.
behind Cierra Porter with this recall, because she was initiating over the recall. She's a citizen. She had her own reason of doing this recall, and I had my own reason to want that recall done. So I couldn't do as much as I could, but be with her, travel with her, go to door, because people knew what I was talking about, but she had to get the signatures, which she did. And we got all the signature. We looked at every signature, every person that we got. I was the one checking on that voter registration to see was they registered signature of Greensboro and was it this their address. So we did that with every signature. And for the educational board at voter registration to say some of those signatures wasn't right, should have been appealed. Somebody had to show me, well, those signatures that you said wasn't right. She should have been shown. Cierra Porter should have been shown.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't happen.
So who idea initially was it to do the recall?
I was speaking on that recall. I wanted to do that recall.
You wanted to do it.
But Cierra Porter, she was a citizen of Greensboro. She had her own reason that she wanted to do it. Mm-hmm. Her own reasons. And I stood behind that because I had my own agenda too.
Okay.
Of that recall.
Okay.
And my agenda is, we have Mayor Corey Williams. He's just the mayor of Greensboro. My first conversation to the mayor on the phone was the conversation that I had with the Chief Rodriguez Murphy Sr. of the Greensboro Police Department the night my son supposed to have been found in his house, well, seen going in his house by Chief Rodriguez Murphy Sr. on his video cam, security cam on his phone.
Going into the chief's house.
Going into the chief's house. Chief Rodriguez Murphy Sr. Seen on his phone, seeing my son going into his house. My son was dating his daughter. So the mayor knew all of these things. The mayor knew what was said to me from the chief, what I told him that the chief said about my son made a deal with the devil. All the way before my son got implicated in this home invasion.
So there's no doubt in your mind that this was something personal.
This was very personal for Hakeem.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was.
Mm-hmm.
Because I reached out to the leaders that I supposed to reach out first, dealing with the chief. That's supposed to have been done something about that situation before my son got implicated in a crime.
Mm-hmm. And you speak out almost every day. You don't let up. And I know we mentioned the last time we were together, there were a lot of people that probably started out supporting you that fell by the wayside. But I'm sure that you've gained a lot of more new support, though, even from strangers.
Of course. I have my biggest support from strangers, from people across the state.
Okay.
And we also had, for instance, once Melanie Miller was right beside me, candidate that's running for state representative. She did a radio station interview with me. She started off my first protest, Miss Melanie Miller, with me. Miss Melanie Miller even showed me and Cierra first how to initially do the recall. So yeah, of course.
Well, I had her picture in the last episode we did, and she gave me a phone call, and messaged me or something. Anyway, I ended up talking to her on the phone, and she wasn't too pleased that I had a picture in the last episode, which I explained that I was using it under the Fair Use Act, and she is a political candidate.
Correct.
And and anybody know me, know I really don't like to handle too much business over the phone. So I invited her to come and meet with me one afternoon, and she came and met with me at a disclosed location, and we talked about an hour because I gave her an opportunity to come on and speak as well, and to also she could have did a little campaigning too, you know,
Yes,
or whatever. But you know, she had her concerns, saying that I was making her look bad or something. But you know, as I tell everybody, I extend my platform to the guests. I can't control what comes out of the guest's mouth. I don't know whether it's true or false. Some of it could be allegedly, some of it could be proven. But what I'm trying to say is that I never knew her. You know, I think we may have been Facebook friends or something, and I may have offered to help her before, way before all of that with you know, campaigning and stuff when I first started trying to get into advertising and stuff. But and I even tried to set up something between you and her to meet, you know. But you know, that's neither here nor there. But yeah,
I don't think that would have never happened, because when you sit beside truth, it shine lights on fake. And Miss Melanie Miller is fake.
Well, do you know?
In my opinion.
Well, do you know why she stopped helping you? Or why you think she stopped helping?
There's no thinking in it, of course. I go by word from word, quote from quote. Miss Melanie Miller, we was close. We rode together to do the radio station interview. She supported me. She stood beside me. Even I got to a point where I started to like not trust her, because she had her own agenda of stepping in and helping me. Everybody got their own agenda of doing things. And I felt like she had her own agenda of really, really, truly not really stepping in to support, but to step in to gain citizens to help her get into campaign. And all of this was just for a campaign. Because Miss Melanie Miller,
in other words, she wanted to ride your wave.
Yeah. Because if she stepped in like she did from the beginning, I thought Melanie Miller would have took that seat. Because she won over the citizens' understanding of who she was and what she was fighting for. But Melanie Miller come to me to let me know that a pastor, she went to a pastor making church. And she disclosed to me that he said that he had his own sermon. And once she walked through that door, she said, Pastor Macon changed his whole sermon. And it was all about her. And that she got a seat, that she need to change her ways and get out of mess. Because she was protesting with me. She was with me. She was riding with me. And to me, she was explaining to me that Pastor Macon was talking about I was the mess she was in, and that she needs to move out of it. She got her seat, but God ain't going to bless her no mess in no mess. Those are the things that come out of Melanie Miller's mouth. I mean, quote from quote. No allegations, no allegedly.
And those are things that came out of a pastor's mouth.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, but I'm saying if she said,
she say so.
If he said,
I cannot say
right.
That's for sure, because I spoke to some of those members that was in that church that Sunday, and they said I didn't get that right there.
Right.
He was more like telling her she's gonna be blessed and get that seat. He never was disgraced and telling her that she wasn't. So I had a misconfliction on understanding and believing what she said right then. And from that day, she stepped back. And also she said that her family members was upset with her. Mr. Mike Miller, he's on the city council board. He's a city council member. And that's Melanie Miller's cousin. So when Miss Melanie Miller did step back, hadn't been to the community meetings that I was having once a week in Cana, she stopped coming for 3 weeks. Haven't seen her, haven't talked to her. We just know she stepped back because I knew what she had told me. But she did come. This Melanie Miller stepped back in, came to that meeting. Everybody was looking around because we hadn't seen her, but she stepped in and she come in and she said, and I quote, yeah, I'm here and I need y'all help. I'm running for the state representative and I need people's here in this county. I need people here, here in this town, in this area to campaign for her. To stand out for her in different districts. So yeah, I'm here to help Amelia, and I'm still helping her from behind. And I have more things I want to do to help her and tell her today. So I stepped up, and I let people got to question her, and they want to ask her such and such, and why she stepped back. She said because she lost her biggest endorser,
Mm-hmm.
and that she had to focus on her campaign.
Mm-hmm.
And now she needed our help.
Right.
The citizen didn't understand that. So I stood up and I spoke. I said, I don't want your help. If you got to help me from behind and you've been helping me from the front line, I don't want your help anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I said that in front of many citizens at that meeting.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what stopped all of that helping me and standing for me.
Well, since we last met, have you seen any positive changes in Greensboro?
Have I seen any positive change? I haven't seen any positive changes with Melanie Miller.
Okay.
She made a video. Well, some more stuff going around in Greensboro, you know. Other children getting locked up, like the shooting situation. Other stuff been involved. Other kids' names been called. I called other kids' names. And it brought Melanie. I brought up rumors on folks' stepfathers, godfathers. And it had Miss Melanie Miller kids to come out at me.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Melanie Miller got children, grown kids that done been, charged of robbing a judge, gun in her hand. I mean, she got another daughter that went to school with a gun at the school. Police officer had to shoot her daughter in the hand to put her gun down. So I've been harassed by Melanie Miller's daughters only because of what I speak of, is what I stand for.
But yet, nobody had called you a liar, though, had?
But she has. Miss Melanie Miller come back with a video, a live stream video just for me, and tried to belittle me to make it seem like I'm not a fit mother. I don't advocate for my son. I'm not standing up for my son because she made it known that her daughter did rob a judge point blank with a gun and got away with it. And she said on her live stream that the judge gave her daughter probation because she was a good mother, a good advocate for her daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And it made it seem like in her live stream that she made for Amelia Riley that I don't advocate for my son enough. I haven't been advocate for my son. I'm not a mother that's fighting for my son. Let me say this to Melanie Miller while I'm here today. You once were with me. You once told me you don't know what you'll do. You know what you'll do because you've been in my shoes before. You told me that. You were standing by me cold-heartedly. So that's what made me record you saying how much you were standing for me. And now all of a sudden you're not with me. You're a hypocrite, and I hope people don't vote for you. Because we need someone in the seat that's going to stand up on the front line and not the back line.
I really can't say if it's gonna go left or right. I don't know. All I know, right today, I'm kind of in a pissed off mood because I've been going back and forth with people I shouldn't even be going back and forth with about this. And
I've only been speaking facts about this. I can only speak facts of what I know about this. And I just wish the leaders would come to me and talk to me.
no, I wasn't even going back and forth with them about that. I was going back and forth with them about just like I told somebody. I mean, it pissed me off, and it kind of almost took me out of character, but they understood what I was saying. You don't know how you would react, and I say you, I was talking to the other person, if you were in Amelia's Ish, that's what I told her. I said, you don't know. You ain't never been. So the principal had the nerve to tell me, well, you ain't either. I said, you a fucking lie. I've been there. You a goddamn lie. You don't know what it is. You don't know. Get in her shoes. My daughter was facing 35 fucking years for the same shit, and she did it. I'm the one who took her ass to the day I turned her ass in. I did that. I did it. It pissed me off so bad. I thought, oh, Lord. I thought, yeah. I said, so please don't say what you witnessed, because you don't know.
Yeah, people don't know what people going through. Everybody don't express themselves like I do or tell their business.
That's right.
Everybody show their own ways of expressing stuff out when there's been wrongdoing. Some people decide to be quiet about it. I'm just one to let it out.
I know how I feel, thinking that you ain't gonna see your child for the time that you get on earth. Because 35 years is a long damn time.
Her opponent has helped you before too, hasn't he?
Who's her opponent? Mr. Trey Rose. Yeah, of course. I mean, sorry to say, but I give him my vote before I get to Melanie Miller.
Mm.
I mean, this man, I'm sorry to say, I reached out to him thanks to Vincent Lewis. He gave me his number. He have helped me and got in contact with my son when he first got to Jacksonville prison. I was able to talk to the warden. I was able to talk to the officers. I was able to talk to my son.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so he done some pulling for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
I can't say so much for him.
Right.
Because I've been harassed from his brother, John Rhodes. He's a state trooper. As you see, I showed you the video of his harassment on me. I got him on video. I mean, I can say that he have done for me. I say the good things that a person do, but I like to show facts of who they really are too.
Right.
You know, he's not someone to be. He come out to the community. He help people, but truly, I've been harassed because of things I have said facts about him too.
But in your opinion, you believe he's the better candidate.
Of course,
Oh.
he's a very better candidate.
Mm-hmm.
It's very good candidate.
Mm-hmm. So again, is it things getting worse or better in Greensboro?
No, things not getting better. How is it getting better? We just had someone yard get broken in and got all their batteries stolen out the yard, even out the lawnmower, out every car you had in the yard. And this is the chief cousin, Chief Rodriguez Murphy Sr. cousin, Gary Jr. Just stepped in this man's yard, stole everything out. And the chief called the victim to tell the victim, his family gonna come pay for those batteries and anything that was destroyed in your yard. But we're not taking them to jail. We're taking them to the hospital. Madison County don't want him.
Mm-hmm.
Madison County don't want him because, Chief, that's your wife's brother.
Madison, Georgia.
Madison, Georgia, I mean. That's your wife's brother. You know? It's just like the shooting just happened in Greensboro. Chief Rodriguez Murphy Sr. auntie's son just shot a young lady in the foot. 100 feet from the school, on government property. He goes in jail, signs some paper, get right on back out.
Well, there was another young man was involved in the shooting over there, and he stayed in jail for a while, didn't he?
Deidre Dunn's son? Of course. He stayed in jail at least 90 days or more.
And what did he did the
investigation still
did they have any
going on.
evidence that he actually shot someone?
No.
Oh, okay.
This shooting that he was involved, that happened uptown where they picked up the 60 shell casing.
So wait a minute. Let me make sure I understand this. They put a guy in jail without a bond with no concrete evidence that he did it, but then you had a guy that you knew 100% did it and
shot someone in the foot
in the school zone, and he got out
and government property
immediately.
Yes, because this is family member.
Oh,
see, this is all family. This is This is the corrupt we got going on. Look, Chief Rodriguez Mumford Sr., wife and sister-in-law. This is Chris Moore, our city council member, wife. Chris Moore, his wife, Toby Moore. Chief Rodriguez's wife, Amy Mumford. When all that big bust went down from people got caught stealing at the dollar store. His wife, cousin, Sharita Wright, got caught. My cousin.
Hold on, Amelia. Now, look, I don't want to get my channel banned now.
No,
I know you ain't coming on here telling me anything now.
No, sir. No, sir. Now, when all this big burst went down, when all the young lady got caught for shoplifting, everybody got caught for shoplifting. Chief Rodriguez Mumford Sr., Amy, wife, didn't go to jail. She was one in her big excursion, going stealing Little Debbie snack cakes and everything else. Toby Moore, Chris Moore, our city council member, his wife, when she was involved too. Camera footage work, what they was involved too. They didn't go in the newspaper. They didn't get locked up. They didn't get charged.
Well, I heard you say that before on your page before.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes. I like talking about the truth.
So it ain't like you coming over here saying that you ain't never said before.
No.
So.
It lies in hand. Everything playing in hand for me. You can see what I've been speaking on that Greensboro Police Department. Not only just how they handling things. Look at how their staff member be on social media. Look at Ray Harris. He's a police officer. He made a live stream trying to get a baby to smoke a live burning cigar. 7-month-old baby. If that ain't enough bad conduct in
he didn't receive any discipline for that?
No. How could they receive? They not receive any discipline from them coming on Facebook.
You caught more hell about that than he did, then.
Of course, Cierra Porter and her daughter just caught more hell about Facebook. Posting up a picture that's supposed to be nude. And let me say this, it's not nude until you showing your nipples, your pubic hairs. It's not nude. But if you don't show no form of the nipple, no form of the area of your pubic hairs, it's not nude. It's not nude at all. So those young ladies got locked up for a nude picture. And Mr. Ray Harris come on Facebook offering a newborn baby a cigarette to smoke. Challenging the baby to smoke.
Right. I remember you were speaking about that. Because you said somebody posted a picture of your cousin breast and you said, "Ooh, we don't show what some pretty breast."
Tamika West. So if Tamika West from the police department, if she can post my cousin Lemuria married breast, that's right.
Oh, don't call her name because everybody gonna be going looking for her.
Oh, it's the truth. Everybody in Green County know this.
I know you had it on your page.
Everybody know this in Green County. This is my cousin, Lemuria Mary. So when Lemuria Mary was supposed to be talking to Tamika West, her husband, she got that picture and posted all on social media. My cousin had some pretty titties, by the way. I just want to say that part. They was very beautiful. Every man and woman in Greensboro were talking about how pretty they were. They thought it was gonna shame her, really. But it thought it was gonna shame her. But nothing. My point is, nothing happened to her. Why didn't she get locked up for that? They turned around and locked her, and this just a couple of years ago. So if somebody from the Green Police Department put up a post with really the whole titty in somebody's hand with this young lady with her tongue out licking her titty on social media for everybody to see. And just because she worked for the Greensboro Police Department, nothing happened to her. So 2 more citizens from Greensboro post a picture not showing the form that this young lady posted. They can go to jail for that. Now you see what lies in hand with the corruption.
I never heard of that, especially if it when nobody underage in there. You know what I'm saying? Not no child stuff like that.
It's the owner of Facebook more than shut it down.
Right.
And he had restrictions. And he had Facebook standards. And I knows about all those standards. He didn't turn it down. He didn't shut it down. It didn't get taken down by Mark. They took it down on their own.
So back in May, I know you was campaigning for some candidates. Well, not really campaigning. You were advocating for some candidates in Greensboro. How did any of those? How did those seats end up getting filled? I know.
Well, It showed you the true colors.
Because y'all had the sheriff was up for
You had Robin McCann, you had Josh Wilson, and you had Sheriff Donnie Harrison.
and there was somebody out at the school too was running for something too, wasn't it?
We're talking about the Board of Education with Arthur Tucker and
who all won those races?
well, so far Arthur Tucker got the Board of Education.
Okay.
Sheriff Donnie Harrison kept his seat.
Okay.
And there was some cheating going on because at the time of voting that day, everybody in Greensboro, got an internet text message saying your internet gonna be off. So if our internet off, how could their internet be on? It was some confliction with that. And the thing that happened to Rob McCann during the election out on the lake, taking his signs down and doing the horrible things to him, and so much stuff come up during this election where the finding of a newborn baby never got solved. It showed the true colors of what we got going on in the Greensboro Police Department, what kind of officers we have. For instance, like Parquet and his whole brothers all have a problem. That's not what I'm just not saying it. It's a fact. You Google Parquet and his brother Patrick Parquet. You can Google his other brother Robert Parquet. Rest in soul. He's dead and gone. He was doing 25 years for beating up his wife. And something happened to his child. He did something. So it's a problem in that line right there because we got a problem with Parquet, and he's a deputy of the Greensboro Police Department, and he got a personnel file, which Chris Houston done fired before, our previous own Dirty Chris Houston. Got in his man personnel file and said he is not eligible to be a deputy. He shouldn't be a deputy. But better yet, Donnie Harrison hiring overlooked that personnel file. He even get complaints of beating up victims, suspects when he pull them in. Cut his body cam footage off. Body cam footage of him stomping a black man head. NAACP stepping in and that. They wouldn't let the NAACP see that video. It's out there. It's so much here in corruption in Greensboro that I can go on and on. But facts. I like to talk about facts where you can go back and Google yourself. You can go back and say, well, let me Google
And
Robert Parquet.
That Parquet, that was the one he responded to a call at your house.
Yes, that was Parquet.
And why did you have to call him?
Well, I was getting threatened by Melanie Miller, one of Melanie Miller's daughter. I mean, they both come. You know, I didn't know which one. I didn't know which one was which. I didn't know who was the one that went and robbed the judge with a gunpoint. I didn't know which one that went to the school with a gun and the police officer had to shoot. That lets me know some psychological stuff going on somewhere. So I need to protect myself and get any documents I need to get when I'm being threatened.
Right. Yeah, you got to protect yourself.
Yeah.
So with Greensboro, Greene County, you have the police department and the sheriff department. So basically what you're saying is both of those are forces to be reckoned with. Ain't neither one of them better than the other. You
better not. Yeah, Wilkes County better be watching out.
Why you say that?
You got Powell. You got Officer Powell there, ain't you? Got running for.
Yeah, he running for sheriff in Wilkes County. Darryl Powell.
Oh, Darryl Powell. You got a problem? Cierra Porter is the one that put that gun in Cierra Porter face when she was a little girl. He was the one that raided her houses, Cierra Porter, when she was a little girl. And he didn't care about her being a child. He had an interview with her. Him and his wife, his new wife.
Say that again now?
He had an interview. She inboxed him and wanted to talk to him. And I can only speak of what she has spoken to me about that day. He did have the interview. She met with the husband and the wife.
Was that recently?
Recently. Last month sometime.
When they came to her house?
Came to Greensboro. They met up at a public place.
Oh, okay.
And Cierra Porter can tell you more on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because she was supposed to be here with us today, but I think she had
some business, something she
up.
had to come up with. But there will be a third podcast episode for you.
Mm-hmm. And he put a gun to her head.
You got a problem there now. This is not just only just.
And she was a little girl.
When she was a little girl.
Now I'm sure that traumatized her.
Yeah, it's a trauma. This girl is grown now.
And I seen one of her lives, and I don't know Cierra from a can of paint, but no more than on Facebook.
Right.
But I know she went live a while ago, like you said, when she was wrongfully arrested herself.
Yes.
She went live, and she has a disdain toward law enforcement, and rightfully so. I mean, she spoke about how she was been harassed, and just for an officer to put a gun to your head at 10 years old,
yes,
that would traumatize you and make you hate all law enforcement.
I mean, she's really, really, truly traumatized, because I just found out that in 2022 when my son first got locked up, and we did our first protest. And she broke down and told me something that she had been holding in for a long time. And she cried when she told me this. She said it traumatized her because he wouldn't take that gun out of her face, even though he knew that was a child. Mr. Darrell Powell, running for Wilkes sheriff.
Well, he was just taking pictures with little girls in Washington the other week, somebody told me. But anyway, I wonder what, after you said she reached out to him though.
Of course.
She reached out to him, okay. But well, maybe she just wanted to get closure on the situation or something. But I don't know.
She needed that closure.
Yeah. But either way, that wasn't a professional thing to do. And it was brought to my attention that Washington has a deputy by the name of Mark Richards. And I think, now this is what the streets say. My motto say I keep an ear to the street.
Mark Richards.
So they said that him and Powers is buddy. And
that's not a good thing.
And this what a lot of white people been telling me. And so, somebody told me that it may be some type of promises have been made if he gets elected, So I don't know this Mark Richardson.
Mark Richardson.
You've heard of that name before too?
He's a deputy in Wilkes County.
Uh-huh.
You got problems. You've been had problems if he was
he from
deputy.
He from over there
He's
too?
from Crawfordville. He was the sheriff in Crawfordville.
Oh, wow.
They ran him out of Crawfordville. This sheriff had allegations with him killing that man. You know when this big protest they had down in Crawfordville when this man was killed on the track? They said Mark Richardson had something to do with that. Mark Richardson was the sheriff in Crawfordville running around getting DUI, drugged up, wrecking his vehicles. That's right, state government, his police cars. And this is not allegedly. I mean, you got to go back to Crawfordville. You got to go back to the peoples in Crawfordville to let you know about Mark Richardson. Mark Richardson got a trail corrupt in Crawfordville.
Well, that's why I tell you that politics is a dirty game. And I try to stay in the middle. I'll get, I try to stay in the middle. Like, I'll put it right here. If somebody give me Darrell Powell number, I'll reach out to him. I'll interview him. Just like when I interviewed you the last time,
yes.
I reached out to chief of police over there in Greensboro. What's his Rodriguez?
Chief Rodriguez Mumford.
Yeah.
And how did that go?
Well, I reached out to him, and I told her that I had you coming on, and I had said I wanted to extend him an opportunity to come on and refute anything that may have been said about it. But he told me that he had to wait and get with his legal team, and he was gonna call me right back. Well, there's been 3-4 months. I ain't heard nothing from him. And honestly, I took that as a form of disrespect. Now, if you didn't want to do it, you should have just been a man and just said, I don't want to do it, I can't do it. Or at least if you're going to say, call me back, you're going to call me back, at least do that. But, I spoke with him on the phone maybe 10 minutes, but there was an interview then, that's all I needed. And, I just leave it at that, and I thank him for the conversation that we did have.
Okay, so, and I wasn't hoping that you was gonna think that he was some such stand-up guy. All that he's a showing the community.
But this is what I believe. he didn't know what was going to be said. And I think he may have wanted to see the podcast first.
Yes.
And then see what he had to refute. But see, you kept it professional. You always spoke your facts about your son's case, and you kept it on the legal aspect. I think he more thought that maybe it was going to be like what you be doing on your page.
Oh, correct.
Like the personal stuff. Because he was talking about, this and that, and basically like he was trying to threaten me a little bit, like he had shut me down or maybe try to sue me or something like that. I don't know. But you never put any personal stuff out there like that, which, anybody, like you say, a lot of stuff that you speak about, everybody in Greene County know about it anyway.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If they don't have it's showing. He's showing. His department is showing most of the stuff I'm speaking of.
Mm-hmm.
His department is showing everything majority that I speak of. He's showing it.
Mm-hmm.
If it ain't him and his staff,
right? Mm-hmm.
But
now let me put this out here. You talk about the Powers and Richards. That'll be
y'all got a problem in Wilson County.
That'll be one heck of a tag team.
You got a problem.
And see, my thing is this. You have to be careful. A sheriff is a high position. People don't realize how powerful the sheriff is. And see, like the other candidate that we have there, Mr. Dietrich Jones, he's from the Washington area. He's been there 20 or 30 years, and he know the people there. He's very good with the young men there. He know the young people. And see, my main concern is that I try to explain to people like a sheriff is like a head football coach of a football team. If you come in, you could get a whole new squad, and I stand to be corrected. You could bring in whole new assistants. You can move people around, move them out the door. And if you move move everybody out and get new people, them people don't know the citizen.
Mm-hmm.
At least Mr. Jones familiar with the people there. Mental health. You got a lot of people that do stuff in the community, a mental health patient, and he probably know their background and know how to handle that person. And even the officers that are already there know how to handle them people.
Right.
But if you get some more people from this county and that county coming there that don't know these people, all they gonna know is that you just an angry black man.
Yeah.
And they gonna already trigger happy.
Right.
And there's gonna be a lot of young men, this thing gonna start happening. But now, and I also will put this out here too, because I know people gonna be like, I know how people get to digging. Well, you can't say Powers worked in Greene County, because Dietrich Jones, he worked in Greene County too. Yes, that's correct.
Yes.
Dietrich Jones, I don't know if he worked at the police department or the sheriff department, but he was an officer in Greene County. And I don't even think he stayed there long enough for his 90 days to be up.
Okay.
Because I'm sure that he saw that there wasn't the place for him.
For him to be. Because if it didn't stay there over 90 days, he evidently he's seen something where he need to move on. Because this is all it is here. It's a lot of cover up. It's a lot of favoritism in this police department. And it needs to stop. It ain't going to change until we make that change, until we come together. If we going to keep on throwing our kind under the bus, if we going to keep on not standing for right, doesn't mean it's white, black, Chinese, Mexican, Puerto Rican. We should stand for right regardless. And if we got that right candidate in that seat, why not fight for that candidate that we already know about, that's been in here knowing the people? We keep forgetting that we need
to raise kids in the community and help raise other folk kids.
We keep forgetting about that. And
then you have your own black people turn against your own black people. Now, don't get me wrong. I know the last episode I asked you about vote for people just because they black. No. And you said they're not always good. Like you speaking what y'all got over there. Yeah. But sometimes it is a good thing, especially if if it's the best option.
It's the best option. The best option is always have your kind in leadership. You feel good having your kind. It's a blessing to have, because we only really been doing this 60 years free. Well, we got some sort of right.
The right to vote.
We keep forgetting it ain't been that long that we've been able to vote. We've been able, that just passed. We keep forgetting about that. And and we're not using it to our ability.
And everybody's so in an uproar about the president, they're gonna take care of itself. You need to be worried about the local election.
The local election that's gonna affect your household, your neighborhood, your community.
And then they got the new law passed now where I think about the cash bond.
Yeah.
Grandmama
They
and
passed that July the 1st.
yeah, grandmama and mama them ain't gonna be able to go put the house up for you no more.
Right.
So if you got the wrong man, you got the wrong sheriff in town, and you already know who they created that law for.
Yes, for our kind.
Mm-hmm.
Because they know there ain't no most of our black culture is not sitting around on a savings.
Mm-hmm. So the people in Wilkes County, they need to be mindful of who they dealing with this powers guy.
They need to be very mindful. I'm really speaking to you all because I need you all to get out. I need you all to get out and vote. Study your candidates. Get out and vote. You have to study your candidates. You have to know who they are. I mean, if you got a candidate in the seat right now, you know who they are. You know what they're about. And you know they ain't doing what they're supposed to be doing in the seat for you as a citizen. You know they got some corruption under their lives. You want them out the seat. But you know you got a good candidate that's trying to get in that seat and you know them, they've been in your community, don't help raise kids, don't been in the community doing good. Don't let nobody else come in your community, your town, that you don't know practically too much about, no more than that. You walk around with a nice looking suit on with a little taste of money. Don't let no one come in your city, your town, your community that you are proud of. Come in and step all over the candidate you know about. All because of money. Step up for that candidate. Don't let them throw that candidate under the bus, especially if you know that candidate. I'm talking to you, Wilkes County. What else can I say to get you to stand up for the right people? Easy to stand up. Easy to stand up for corruption. Y'all act like it's, y'all stand up so easily for it. It's hard to get up out that seat for right, ain't it? Stand up for this candidate. Don't let these two other candidates throw this candidate under the bus. What is his name?
Dietrich Jones.
Stand up for Dietrich Jones. Stand up for Dietrich Jones. You know him. The community know him. The citizen know him. Stand up for this young man. You got to start standing up for one another.
And see, they've been throwing dirt on his name, but they forgot they got mud over here. Whatever little allegation they trying to put on him, it ain't got nothing to do with the welfare of the citizen. But the stuff that these people capable of, they better get out and vote.
They need to. I'm talking to you, Wilt. He needs you. You see how they doing it with the news? You see how they throwing them on the bus? Ain't even got indicted, but got him on the news. What they're telling you all? They got to be telling you something.
Well, I got the I think recently they have indicted him, but still God is in control.
God is in control. Even if they indicted him, God is in control at the last. But it's gonna take you out. That's what God's showing you. It's gonna take you citizens to come together right now for Demetri. You got to come together for this young man. You can't let him keep getting thrown under the bus. I mean, he might be indicted. Yes, I said he might be indicted. But that man of above got to last so because he knows who he need in them seat for you. For you, and you.
And whatever God do, he do it so he could get the glory.
Yeah, he does so he can get the glory.
Washington we had a black male one time that broke history. But I'm 44 years old and I can't remember in my life of a black man ever running for sheriff. You know how much courage it takes for a black man to run for sheriff?
We know.
And I'm going to go a little deeper. What they're trying to do, Amelia, they're trying to discourage black people from running.
Yeah.
Because they try to, okay, we're going to make an example out of this one. So the next one think he bold and big to get up here and run. He ain't
gonna scare them all.
Yeah, we ain't gonna want to dig
getting
up
them
on
indicted in the judge and getting them indicted in the jury.
But who ain't got no dirt on them? The Bible said, "For we all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God."
Yes, we have.
Even me, even you.
That's right.
But you know, some people stuff a little bit worse than other people. Mm-hmm. You know, and
all what this gonna do is shine the light on the corruption in Wilkes County. This is what it's showing you how people can go against your people. This is showing you right now what's going on in Wilkes County with those other two candidates that's going against Demetri. It's showing you all right now in Wilkes County. It's showing you all. Y'all can't come together. Y'all letting two candidates come from out, not even from here. You letting Darryl Powell, y'all let him step in. Don't be all corrupt here. Don't put a gun in a 10-year-old face. Don't traumatize this child for life. Y'all let someone come in your community, your town, and step in and don't know nothing about.
Where there was several years ago when he put the gun in her face. I know there was some people probably gonna say, well, they went back about 10 years on Mr. Jones. So
of course,
digging up something that he allegedly did.
This is my point. We need to stand for him. Y'all have to come together. We have to stop this. We got to stop all this, letting these people that ain't even in from the community move here for 2-3 years, don't be no moved in, because they know what they got to do.
Right.
They can't run for them unless they've been in the community,
right,
in the city for 2 years. I need y'all to know that. They come in here, move in on y'all, stay in here for about 3 years, y'all get to know them. Then they know they're gonna run for sheriff. They know they were gonna be running for it when they got here. That was the whole agenda.
Mm-hmm.
That was the whole agenda. They move these corrupt people around in the district. They keep them in the same district. See, this Cierra Porter, he's from the district from Greensboro. See, they ain't doing much changing them around to different districts. They'll move one from Madison and Cam on down to Wilkes. They're keeping them in the same district. Trying to keep us under control. That's what we need to change and use your vote and vote the right candidate in.
Mm-hmm.
Vote for Demetri
Jones.
Demetri Jones.
Vote for Demetri Jones. Mm-hmm. So like I got to say this too. So about 2 weeks ago, or a few weeks ago, they had the news about Mr. Jones, say he made an inappropriate comment about 10 years ago at the school where he was working at. But see, the way the media works, when you see that story, the first thing you're gonna automatically think about is that it was something dealing inappropriate
with a child.
Yeah, with a child.
Because they got school involved.
Yeah, and preferably a female child. Yeah. I mean, come on. But a lot of people don't know that alleged incident had nothing to do with a little girl. And it was to my understanding, it was a little boy, and it wasn't no sexual comment or nothing like the media tried to put to the viewers.
Yeah.
And then I seen it coming. I said, now they got some more, that was just to let advertise.
Mm-hmm. And they had some more backfire.
And then here it is, about a week later, they come with the entree when they want to talk about this new stuff that they supposedly have on it. So they wanted to paint this picture of him being some type of bad dude. But I wonder where all of that came from. I said politics, it's a dirty game.
It is, because you got two of them. If you got Darryl Powell and you got Maul for Crawfordville, you got a corruption going on. If these are facts, this is facts. You can get any citizen from Crawfordville. You can go interview any citizen from Crawfordville. When Maul Richardson was the sheriff, they had a big thing going on because this man was stomped on the railroad track. They trying to say Maul Richardson and his deputy did that to this man. They ran Maul Richardson out of there. He's been getting caught with DUI, towing his cars, wrecking his cars. Why DUI? These are not allegations. This is truth. Look it up. These are straight truth I'm telling you about Maul Richardson. So if you want to believe anything, y'all need to get him from being a deputy down there. Ask request for his personnel file to be viewed. Ask for a request because they got to give it to you. Ask for a request for Maul Richardson personnel file. As a matter of fact, ask for Darryl Powell file. You got to get it. They cannot deny you that.
And
open records.
Mm-hmm.
And see what you see on Maul Richardson. See what you see on Darryl Powell. Ask for that personnel file. Open record request.
So in Washington, they're moving in the right direction. as a city and a county, so they don't need them problems.
No.
Mm-hmm.
This is coming straight out of Riley Mall.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Facts.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I appreciate you sitting down with me today and taking time to come and sit down with me.
Oh yeah.
And maybe we had to, you already know you're a regular. This is gonna be a part 3, 4, and 5.
Well, it is. It got to be a part 3 and a 4 and a 5 because I got more.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we ain't even hit the list of the things, facts. Because,
Right.
you know, I like receipts.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I have receipts. I want to talk about Tyrone James. See, I want to talk about that receipt I got with him of him on top of his wife and wouldn't get off of her. I got that video, and I want to say that to you. You told me that, you know, you wanted me to present it. This is the time to present it, right, Tyrone James? You came for the right woman, Amelia Riley, when you told me to present it. I'm ready to present that. Let's see what's going to happen with that.
And that's the same.
Let's see if you're going to get fired.
That's the same officer that implicated your
That's the
son.
same officer that implicated my son on that body cam footage. That body cam footage proves that my son was implicated in a crime.
Just had a home invasion. The two guys that run the store up there at Exxon. Yeah. He's saying they wear masks. He said, but he knows it's LaCory Boyd. He said I know who it is. He said it was the real tall guy that you banned from the store. Hold on for that. 529. Green 1012 on that. But he's saying I know it was LaCory. Well, he can't call him by name. He said the real tall guy that I had you banned from the store that night. So he's saying LaCory Boyd. He said they came in, 3 of them that they wearing the mask, had a gun, pulled a gun on him, and got $640 from the little old man that's in here.
How they get in?
Kick the doors all busted open.
Well, he don't know who the other ones were.
Yeah, which we probably not. You know, Hakeem was one of them.
Yeah.
If LaCory's involved, Hakeem's involved.
So LaCory didn't have no. He said he had masks.
Well, he said he had masks.
How could he be locked up still anyway?
Mm-hmm.
How? No evidence, no fingerprint, no camera, no pictures. Even the child that Tyrone James brought in as a witness to say that my son was there, recanted on stand. Didn't want to say, recanted on stand. Judge say, when my son lawyer asked for a mistrial, you know what the judge said? You are absolutely right, Jay Boswell. The state has not proven anything, any doubt on your client. But we've got to let the jury judge him for guilty by association. And they didn't prove that case. What's the criminal trespassing with that co-defendant? Well, you got a document where that co-defendant been locked up with my son. That's your proof by guilty by association. None of that was presented.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, before we get out of here, anything else you would like to say to the people?
I need for Wilkes County to stand up. I need for y'all to come together for once. Like I'm fighting in Greene County. I need for you all to come together and stand up. I need for you all to stand up for Dietrich Jones. Stand up like you ain't stand up like y'all got out and vote for Obama. Y'all seen how we all come together and got out and vote for Obama? Matter of fact, y'all seen how y'all got up and stood up and went and vote when y'all had Herschel Walker, retarded ass, going back in and go vote, talk about some damn cows and back. Get your ass out and go vote now. Y'all didn't want Herschel Walker to be in. Y'all wanted Obama to be in. We stood up and come together for him. It's time now to do that for Dietrich. Come together, Wilkes.
Well, I know you had to move. I know you had to move different over there in Greene County. A lot of things you can't do like you used to, since you are climbing the ladder. So look, I know you always talking about that Longhorns, and y'all got a new Longhorns over there on the lake, and you can't eat that. Why you can't eat that the one over there?
I stand for something. I stand for right.
And you like me.
I speak against a lot of politicians, a lot of people, and I might be stepping on a lot of toes. So, you know, I like to cook at home now.
Right.
Ain't that? And I love Longhorn, but I go out of town and eat.
There's some evil people out here.
It is.
And you don't know who.
And people need to really realize it really is. It's just not just talk. You have some really evil people out here that will be against me because all ain't gonna be for me. And I don't look for everybody to stand for me because everybody ain't gonna understand my fight and what I'm standing for. I'm standing for not just my son. I'm standing for somebody else's child, somebody else's uncle, somebody else's brother, somebody else's sister. That's what I stand for. I stand for justice because my son receiving justice.
Well, I hope you ain't ate today because guess what? We about to go to Longhorn.
See what I'm talking about, Greensboro? You see? My provider is bad for me. I got a good provider. That man good. I never eat at Longhorn in Greensboro. You got to never worry about that. See where I'm finna go? Love y'all.